Hey y'all, what's up? JamiThatsMe here. Welcome back to the channel, honey, and welcome back to another quick chat. Listen, we got a few things we got to talk about. We got to talk about briefly, real briefly, girl. Mea Copa, we got to get into Tameka Foster versus Funky Dineva, honey. We got Marlo and Sanya, girl, not Sherri, but Marlo and Sanya, and what the latest news is regarding them and Real Housewives of Atlanta. Y'all know we got to talk about Porsha and this time and situation, as well as Sherri Shepherd and Wendy Williams. Okay, so make sure that you guys are coming into the video. You are showing your support by liking the video. If you would like to share the video as well, because sharing is caring, please go ahead and do so. We appreciate all of the love over here. Okay. First things first, let's talk about Mea Copa real quick because that movie dropped, I believe it was last night on Netflix. It is a Tyler Perry film. Okay, I do recall Tyler Perry and Netflix entering some type of partnership last year, and it was shortly after the movie that Tyler did with Netflix called The Jazz Man's Blues. I thought it was called The Jazz Man's Hands or something, but I believe it was called The Jazz Man's Blues. Whatever it was a really good film. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think I could have watched it more than one time. And I think that he did a great job. Now, I do need to check it out and see whether or not he had different writers on that particular film because I think he did great. Now, when it comes to Mea Copa, I did not like this film. So for me, I would probably give this film maybe a 3 star for me. I think the angle and where he was going, the idea was cute, but how it was executed was not good at all in my personal. The acting was not as great as it could have been. It could have been much, much better. um I just, yeah, it was just so much. I mean, I spent so much time talking to my man about it and just pointing out so much stuff. I can't even remember everything. But just know I did not like this film at all. And I was really thinking that it was his writing, but I also think that not just the writing, it was more so the directing, I feel. And maybe it was both hand in hand, not one more than the other, but a combination of it. And I just felt like, Tyler, not only do you need some writers, baby, but you need a better job at directing the film, because when you're directing stuff, the actors are going to take cues from you. Cut. All right, so we're cutting. When you say this, I want you to look at them with this type of gaze in your eyes, and I want you to slowly walk over, and I want you to, like, they're going to take direction from you. And I just feel like the directing wasn't really there as well as the acting. I feel like with Tyler Perry, he likes to rush his projects, and I think that he makes sure that he hires actors that already know what to do. And I feel like actors that will take little direction from him. Granted, a lot of directors want to hire actors that already know what they're doing. So when they give you a critique, it's not a whole lot that they have to teach you because you already know what to do. But at the same time, I feel like Tyler does it because he don't even want to really direct you. He wants you to just know what the hell to do because we limited on time and we got to hurry up and get this done and get this shit out. And it just was not good. Like, and also it's difficult to talk about it because I ain't trying to like spoil the video or the movie for y'all. Because some of y'all gonna go see it, just as much as we may talk negatively about it and say, oh, the film wasn't that great, some of y'all are gonna go watch it just so you can see how bad it was, right? But girl, it was just know that it's bad. And I saw quite a few people like, oh my God, 5 stars, 10 out of 10. This was so great. And I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna discount y'all experience because y'all watch this show for yourselves. And how we digest stuff is completely different. Clearly, because it was not giving no 10 out of no motherfucking 10 for me. Girl, how did you skip the 5 star rating and just take your ass all the way up to 10? Girl, what is it? What? No, ma'am, Pam. It was not up there. It was very much so on the lower end. I mean, I feel like halfway through the movie, you already knew how it was gonna play out, what the hell was really going on. Some scenes I felt like was so unnecessary. It was so stupid. Like when she went to Mexico or wherever she went on a vacation, she bumped into a particular key person. And it was like nothing else happened after that with that person she ran into. I guess the person just, got away or whatever. I'm just like, girl, what was the purpose? You didn't even have to show us that whole scene of her being on vacation and bumping into a particular person. You could have just X'd all of that out. Why is Jimmy supposed to be this most amazing investigator, but he couldn't investigate and find that? I understand, when he was like, oh, I don't think this person is a real person or whatever the case is. But at the end of the day, Jimmy is supposed to be that NIGGA. Why Jimmy couldn't find whoever and let her know about that. And I mean, I just feel like when I watched the film, it was just so many different angles and different things that could have happened in this film, and it just did not. Like, of course, you already know, at least you should if you've seen the trailer, that Kelly Rowland's character Mea and Trevante, I can't even remember what his character's name was, but at some point they are going to have some interest in each other. And I feel like when it came down to them showing that interest, it was just too damn soon. Like, to me, it really was no build up. It was just really awkward. Like, everything was just giving extremely rushed. Now, I will say Mea had a trash as husband now and a whack as mother-in-law. Now, when you wrote those two roles, I think you did a good job, because I definitely did not like either of them. But I also would say this: it wasn't reality in a sense. I understand that it's a movie and all of that, but can we have some realness to it? Because Mea definitely came off as a punk ass. She definitely came off as a punk, because in real life, ain't no black woman finna sit up there and let nobody mama sit up there and talk to them like that. She would have been out of here. Been dealt with. And then not the husband. Okay, it's giving spoiler alert, girl. I'm sorry, y'all. Fast forward if you need to. But the husband is giving, not you ain't got no job, and then you over there cheating, and you let your mama disrespect the hell out your wife. But I'm like, that just don't add up. But you want to tell her what cases and stuff she can do, what she can't. Like, girl, let me not tell the stuff. Just know the husband is whack, and the brother-in-law was whacker than that, you know. But I feel like all of the characters had so much potential in this film, and it just did not come all the way together as I hoped and expected it would. Like, it just, I don't know, it just missed the mark. And it's crazy because another reason why I was expecting so much was all of the damn promotions you've been having them do. You've been having them run around, do all these different type of promotions and shit, getting these big name people to be a part of the film, like it's supposed to, like where Kelly was the biggest name, like that's supposed to draw in a lot of people, and it is. But it fell flat. I really wonder what Beyonce and Tina Knowles was thinking when they saw this shit. Cause I know y'all ain't keep it real and tell her what y'all really was thinking. Okay, what was y'all thinking when y'all saw this? And y'all was just proud of y'all girl. Like, it just was not that great at all to me. But I know Kelly did it for that bag, okay? And I don't think that Kelly has been in a role where she was the main character, like the number one. So that was another opportunity for her. So I know that bag had to have been talking. Okay, but that bag should have been talking to some other writers as well, and possibly another director or something. Like, Tyler, it's okay if the film says a Tyler Perry's film, but you get other folks to work on it. Okay, because it be killing me how you be trying to be the writer, the director. Okay, I think you produce it, the producer as well. So are you the editor too? Because whoever the editor was, baby, no. Now, the end of the movie, it was understood, it was explained. You know what I'm saying? Some people was like, they didn't get the ending. The ending didn't make sense. No, the ending did make sense, but it was just poorly executed, in my opinion. It could have been way better than what the hell it was. Like, I was just like, mm-mm. And the way he wrote Mea to be so stupid, like at the end, I said, I can't take it. I mean, really, she was done before that, but I just cannot take it that she's supposed to be this top-notch attorney. She's supposed to be that girl, smart, whatever the case is, but she can't check the mama. And just like how she handled a lot of situations that just did not apply to her character. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just did not make sense at all. Like, you got her representing as this, but she's showing up as that. Which one is it? Is she strong or she weak as fuck? Which one she wants to be? I understand there's layers, but girl, it was heavy on the weak more than it was the strong. Girl, I ain't like him. Okay, that's the short answer. I ain't gonna spend too much more time on it. Okay, if you enjoyed it, that's a personal. I didn't. That's my personal. But you guys can continue to share your thoughts about it down below. Okay, girl. But let me go ahead and move the hell on so we can get into some other things. Okay, like Tameka Foster and Funky Dineva. Now, I know a few of you guys have asked me to review Bold and Bougie. And I be wanting to, right? I be wanting to review, like, because I started doing like Vanderpump Rules, and then I missed last week's episode, and then I still have to watch this week's episode. Then y'all brought up Bold and Bougie, and I'm like, okay, I haven't finished the first episode of Bold and Bougie. I feel like I'm getting reality showed out. Like, nothing on television at this time is pulling me in to want to discuss aside from Traders, I'll give y'all that. Traders is good. I went ahead and I binge watched that. Y'all know that is the kind of like a game show, competition show that has Phaedra and Sherri on it, and some other housewives and some people from Love Island. Shout out to Bergie and Ekin-Su. Like, I love that they bring a lot of the reality stars from different places and bring them together because it makes the shows even more exciting. Shout out to CT. Like, it's a really good show, so I'm glad that you guys put me on it. But like, that's one that I would like chat about. Now, I did not watch this week's episode on purpose because I enjoyed binge watching it so much so that I went back to the first season of Traders, start watching that, and then now I'm back. I think the second season is way better than the first one, but I don't know if Phaedra has left or if she's still there, but I know everybody was on to her. So for me, I don't want to watch this episode and there be a cliffhanger for me, so I'm just gonna have to wait until next week. So I could probably watch 2 episodes at a time versus watching, one episode, or I may not watch no more and just wait for the whole season to end and then binge them all together again. Because when it's competition shows like that, like, I really be hating to have to wait until the next week. That's one thing I love about Love Island, because they're gonna give you some every day. At the most, you may not get nothing on like a Saturday or something. Okay. And while we're on it, and yeah, we're going to talk about Tameka and Funky in just a second. As I'm talking about it, y'all know they were talking about Paramount Plus and Peacock merging and becoming one service. And I feel like them merging together, making one dominant streaming services so that they can go up against Discovery, or is it Max? Because I could have sworn Discovery purchased, was it HBO and Max, or did HBO merge with Max? Or I think HBO and Max merged, and then something dealing with Discovery. I don't know if Discovery owns them or what, but it's a lot of competition going on. I don't know if I necessarily want them to merge Paramount Plus and Peacock. I kind of don't want them to merge because I feel like the price may go up, and I'm at a cute little price right now with Peacock because I damn sure canceled Paramount, especially after they canceled the game. I canceled them. Period. Okay. Now, the only reason why I would be here for Peacock and Paramount Plus is because I like the show Love Island. I have fallen off a lot Love Island just a bit, but what I miss about Love Island, it ended up being shown on Peacock. It used to come on television. I think it should go back there. Y'all need to put it back on TV, but because it has such a large fan base, they needed to put it on the apps to, drive more people to buy the app over there. Okay. They didn't necessarily do that with Big Brother, I don't think, but I think y'all should put Love Island back on television, instead of us having to go to the app and watch it all the time. And that's how it was with Paramount Plus. And then what else I loved when they were with Paramount Plus was we got these live feeds where we could really see a lot, just like with Big Brother. You could see and hear the conversations and things that were happening, when they weren't filming. And then you also got the tidbits, and the tidbits were just different. You know what I'm saying? You just got more in tidbits, whereas with Peacock, they give you these watered down tidbits and you don't get any live feeds of what's happening behind the scenes. So I'm hoping if they were to merge, that's the only upside that I see, is that as they film Love Island, they will go back to the original way that they used to do it when I first started like really getting into the show a few years ago. So that's what I do hope happens, but we shall see. Honestly, they could stay 2 separate entities for all that I give a damn. But that's the only upside that I see. So y'all let me know y'all thoughts about that. But anywho, I went down that whole rant and rabbit hole of talking about, TV shows, reality shows, and everything, because we were talking about Bold and Bougie and how you guys wanted me to, talk about that show and stuff. And I haven't even finished the first episode to get to the second one, honestly. Okay. But Tameka Foster is a part of Bold and Bougie, and y'all know that's another production by Carlos King. It features Tameka Foster, Malaysia, from Basketball Wives, Princess, who was very instrumental, producer Princess, instrumental in the creation of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay, a lot of people don't know that. It has Neo's ex-wife Crystal a part of that show. It has a woman by the name of Gosha. She used to be like a hairstylist or something, but I think now she more so owns a lot of different restaurants and things. And I feel like that may be all of the ladies. I'm not necessarily sure. But when it comes to Tameka and Funky, they had a funky situation to go down because Funky did a live. And on this live, he was more so talking about Usher and Tameka. Y'all know Tameka is the ex-wife to Usher. And Usher mentioned that a lot of people weren't checking for Tameka until, after he married her or divorced her or whatever it was he said, because Usher did the Super Bowl. He's been doing interviews and stuff. So he's been speaking on his past. So he spoke on something that caused Funky Dineva to want to have an opinion about. And Tameka Foster is actually a friend of his, and he kind of threw some shade. And Funky pretty much told Usher, like, baby, listen, it ain't got nothing to do with whatever you talking about as to why people wasn't really featuring it for Tameka. They wasn't featuring Tameka because she was old. And not only was she older, she was unattractive to them. And they felt like she done stole our man. Like, you were this sex symbol. You so fine. You this and that. You got all of this and that going on. You have the audacity to choose her over anybody else that you could have. And you was dating Chili at one point. Chili was like that girl, like beautiful, and then you left her to go get with that. Like, what the hell really going on? So people truly felt the way about Tameka because of that. So Funky, he just gave his honest opinion, and sometimes it can be difficult when you're friends with a lot of these celebrities and then you're in a sector where you give your opinion about them as well. Some people can't take it. Some people care to not even listen to it because they know you still have an audience to please, and it's not going to always be in their favor. So they're going to be like, girl, I'm not even going to listen to it. Get into it. I'm going to let you do your thing, whatever. Well, Tameka definitely took offense to it. Okay. And Funky felt like he could say what he want to say because he said that's his friend. He tried to, I don't know if he tried to be nice about it or whatever, but I'll just say he did say that that's his friend or whatever, right? Well, once Tameka got wind of what it is Funky had to say about her, honey, Miss Girl went the dog off on Funky. Okay. When I tell you she went in and she went off. So let's go ahead and get into what Tameka had to say, honey. So Tameka says, and he posted this on his page and he responded to her. Now, I don't know what's transpired since then because this was a few days ago. But Tameka says, disrespectful AF. Funny, I was just reminiscing about the true meaning of friendship and respect. Concepts as foreign to you as fiscal responsibility and decent housing seems to be. Baby, what? The first sentence is eating. The first sentence, she's cutting up. She says, it's fascinating how you've appointed yourself the arbiter of beauty and age, considering your own mirror must surely be as cracked as your sense of loyalty. Stretch marks, question mark. Darling, those are the badges of a life fully lived and concept you might struggle to grasp from your high horse of borrowed stables. Ooh, baby, the read is girl, the read is girl, the read is in doctorate school. Like that, she's reading on that level. Okay. That's where Tameka's at for me. And you know what? The way that she's reading Funky kind of got me thinking, like, damn, is this how you felt the whole time? Is this how you been felt about him? Because you definitely letting the floodgates open. I don't think he said a whole lot of that was like, I can't tell you how to get mad and I can't tell you how to get offended or what you choose to get offended about. Because if that's somebody you consider a friend, you probably feel like, hey, don't speak on me at all. Everybody else gonna do it, but you ain't gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? You can get your point across as tastefully as you can. Don't disrespect me. So, girl, I can't even tell you how to feel, but I'm just wondering, is this how you felt for a long time? So, anywho, she goes on to say, speaking of walking a day in my shoes, it's amusing to think you nor the likes of you would ever have the grace or fortitude to even attempt it. And frankly, you've never had on a pair I would wear. Let's not confuse temporary attention with lasting respect. Woo. She says, and as for my ex, our history is a novel. Your commentary, question mark, merely a footnote. Well, if it's a footnote, girl, then you shouldn't even came and read this man like this. But anyway, girl, I'm gonna let you do what you do. She says, let's not call each other, for my phone no longer recognizes numbers that spell hater. Best wishes on your journey to enlightenment. It seemed to be a long road ahead, bitch ass motherfucker. Ooh, baby. Baby. I would have blew her phone up. I would have had to blow Tameka phone up. Matter of fact, I would have had to slide over there to her house and just go knock on the door and go open up. Let me talk. Embarrassing because she went in. But ain't no shame in Funky Game because he posted it on his page and he responded. He says, well, needless to say, Tameka Foster and me ain't friends no more. He says, I'm going to let you have this one, Tameka, because I totally understand how a person could be perturbed by the comments/jokes that I made. I would have actually given you some cool points had your attempts to read not been lazy and dated. First of all, what do you mean? You said you was going to give her a pass. Oh no, you didn't. He said he would have given her cool points had her attempts not being lazy and dated. I don't think that those reads that she gave you was lazy nor dated, in my opinion. But he goes on to say, but hey, you tried. The name calling was a little out there, but I can't tell you how mad to get. No, you cannot. No, you cannot. You said that lady was unattractive. Okay, that may not be calling her out her name, but it's calling her out her face. Period. You said the lady was not attractive or whatever, and then talking about her stretch marks and stuff like that. So you call her to the carpet, and she called you into the room. So y'all can really get into some things. So he goes on to add Usher and says, "Let the record reflect that this right here is why no one liked her, and not her skin tone." As I said in my video, Tameka, call me when you get off work. What? Then goes on to put an edit and says, I ain't gonna lie, this was an old nasty dynasty read. Oh, nasty dynasty read. It seemed like you're giving credit. It seems like you're giving credit to her for reading you the hell down, but then earlier you just said that it was lazy and it was dated. So which one was it? But anywho says, I ain't gonna lie, this was an old nasty dynasty read. I drew first blood, so I ain't got no choice but to leave it alone, because when they go low, we all know I can go to hell, and this could turn really nasty for a few keystrokes. For what it is, for what it's worth, at Tameka Foster, I'm sorry if my satire took it too far. Okay, he's sorry if he took it too far. That's where they at. Dr. Contessa says, oh no, I'm gonna make some lasagna and some cocktails, and y'all gonna come over and y'all gonna hug it out. Now, whether they went over there and they hugged it out and she made them cocktails and lasagna, IDK. All right. I don't know if any of that happened, but I do not feel like that was a genuine apology to me. For what it's worth, Tameka, I'm sorry if my satire took it too far. Smooches. Whew, I don't know. I don't know, Funky. I don't know. I didn't watch the latest live yet that he's done. So I don't know if he had an update to let us know, hey, me and Tameka have talked. We are good. We sorted everything out. So I'm not sure where they are with the friendship, but I'm sure y'all gonna let me know anyway, because that's just how y'all is. Okay. But anywho, let's go ahead, child. Y'all leave your thoughts and comments about that down below. Let's go ahead and get into Marlo and Miss Sanya, because what is being reported is that these ladies will not be returning to Real Housewives of Atlanta. Am I surprised? No, not really. Am I happy? Yes, I am. I remember when the rumors were going on months ago about them not returning, and Sanya got upset and came to social media and was like, y'all don't do that. Don't do that. Basically, y'all had her nervous. Y'all was scaring her. Y'all was spooking her. She was like, wow, are we not coming back? Y'all had her questioning that, because she was like, she didn't even know yet. So she's wondering, did the word get leaked, or how did y'all find out? So she was on pins and needles. So I really believe that Sanya enjoyed herself on Real Housewives of Atlanta. I think she felt amazing getting those new fans, being a part of this the Bravo universe or whatnot. And I think she definitely enjoyed that check. For sure. Miss Girl definitely enjoyed that check, and I ain't gonna say that she shouldn't. And with her welcoming this new baby, I know she would have loved to have had that check again, but it doesn't mean that you can't return. I mean, look at Sherri. She's the biggest revolving door of Real Housewives Atlanta that they have. Okay. So you could potentially at some point, once she revolves out, maybe they'll revolve you back in some fashion, and you could get that check at a later time. Maybe it's best for you and your family right now that you're not a part of it. Okay. Marlo, I think it's good that you're not returning. Focus on them nephews that you're raising, that you have living with you, so that you can save face for the public. Okay. Those nephews that you got living with you for a storyline. I hope they still living with you and they still doing well. I hope that the house that you showed us that one season that didn't show us no more is built. I hope that you will, at least do a little something for social media, letting the people see that you have moved into that home. I also wonder how she and the chef is doing. Are you guys doing good? I'm hoping that relationship is going well. And if it's not him, that you found someone else. And I'm hoping that we learn all of those great details through social media and not the reality show itself. Now, I will say this: Marlo was a great friend of the show. When she became a peach holder, she just didn't necessarily hit, for a lot of us. So if they were to bring her back in years to come as a friend of, I wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't be mad at that. These two ladies seem to have a really good and close friendship with each other. So if y'all want to do a Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, and y'all bring these ladies, then I'm sure some of the people that are fans of them would definitely enjoy seeing the two of them back together. I feel like Sanya and Marlo was trying to make themselves their own little freaking frack. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, child, y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below and let me know whether or not you're sad or you're happy to see them go or anything like that. So y'all let me know, because the people said that they had learned this week that they services was no longer needed. Thank you for your services, so they won't be coming back, not even in a friend capacity, honey. But either way, good luck. Let's go ahead and slide over as we speak on freaking frack. Okay, they said Miss Phaedra was in talks of returning to Real Housewives of Atlanta. Do y'all think that we need Phaedra? This ain't Phaedra. Do y'all think we need Phaedra? Would y'all like to see Freak and Frack, doing their thing, the original Porsha and Phaedra? I mean, it makes more sense for Phaedra to be over on Real Housewives of Atlanta than it does Married to Medicine. She says that it's a part of the conversation. It's a part of the conversation. If she slide over, I wouldn't be mad. I know Married to Medicine is coming up. They got the reunion looks and stuff. I haven't really gotten all the way into them, but some of the looks ain't looking too good to me. But I'm gonna check them out for real. I'm gonna go and look and see what the ladies give and see if they got videos of the outfits and stuff and see what they're talking about. But as for the trailer seems like it's going to be interesting. I think I am gonna like the fact that Apollo is going to be coming out. And I think I'm going to like the fact that he's going to be sitting behind Phaedra, even though that ain't her man and he's married to a whole nother woman. Now, what I would like to see from them, which I know is not going to happen, of course, address their past and stuff. Should he and she come over to Real Housewives of Atlanta? Of course, I would like to see them address their past, but at the same time, I would like to see him have her back should need be. Like if it's at the Married to Medicine reunion and they start, prying into some things and maybe got Phaedra feeling some type of way in her feelings or whatever, I will hope that he will have her back, because at the end of the day, that's still his ex-wife. That's still the mother of his kids. We might have our gripes, but I'm not going to let y'all pounce on her type thing. Okay. But that sounds too much like right, child. But anyway, that's that. Let me know if you want to see Phaedra back on Real Housewives of Atlanta, or if you would just rather keep her on Married to Medicine. Okay. Where it doesn't make sense. But anywho, let's talk about Miss Porsha, because y'all know Porsha ended up, now she let us know that she will be returning to Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, shortly after Porsha made that announcement to let us know, girl, I'm coming back to Real Housewives of Atlanta, boo. And actually what she said was Porsha Williams is not coming, but Porsha Guabadia is. Well, a week later or a few days later, what did we learn? We learned that her husband was denied citizenship, God knows how many times. Okay. They also exposed the fact that this man's his history, him being, in trouble, him being guilty of bank fraud, credit card fraud, identity fraud, I think. A lot of different stuff he was guilty of. He was denied membership on more than one occasion. He was supposed to be deported, and I think he ended up choosing to deport on his own without, being, sent over there. He just chose to leave or whatever. So he's been in and out the country, child, and he's still trying to get this citizenship. So a lot about Simon ended up being exposed, and I'm so surprised that it's coming out now, right before they're about to start filming the show. And it didn't come out when Porsha was filming her show, or if it did come out, it wasn't as big as it is now. I'm surprised it didn't come out when they were filming Porsha Family Matters, or when the scandal first broke that she was dating her ex co-star's man. Okay, y'all remember that? Y'all remember how Porsha had met Simon, or whatever the case was, when they had first got together? She was acting like, over there trying to get that man a thumbs up and all of that. Like, hey, we cool, we good, hi. Ooh, nice to meet you. And only a few months later ended up stealing that lady husband. Girl, a mess.
Our best behavior.
Hi, ladies. How are you?
This is my husband, Simon, everyone.
How are you? You're good. Boom, boom. Yes.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Girl, trying to get that man a pound or whatever. But anywho, that's what it was with Porsha and them. Okay. Now, shortly after the news broke about Simon and the United States citizenship fiasco and the fraud of it all, and lying about this and that, Porsha filed for a divorce from this man. She did. Now, let me see how this went down. Let me start from the beginning if I can, okay? So in 2021 was when Simon accused Fallon of having this affair with Jalen Banks, okay? Now, before he could even announce that he was divorcing Fallon, I think he was caught out there with some white lady or some black lady that looked white with blonde hair. Then a week or so later, we see him popping out for Mother's Day with Porsha. And that's when we learned that they were actually engaged, because Dennis put a comment under one of her posts like, "Congratulations, Porsha, I'm happy for you," whatever it was. And people started speculating that Porsha was dating Simon because she had her hand on his chest and she had a ring on her finger. And I said, "Girl, y'all are motherfucking lying. That is not something Porsha Williams would do. Go away from me with this." I was not willing to believe it. Well, it ended up being true. Okay. Porsha was like, after 2 weeks of dating, or however long, less than a month of dating, they were, in love. And I'm like, girl, what the hell? And it's so ironic because here we are in today with the Risa Tisa situation where she done moved this man in her damn house in less than a month, thinking that she's so damn in love. All because she wanted to be married. Girl, it's just been a mess. Girl, the things people will do to say that they are a taken woman is crazy. But anywho, so back to Porsha, all right? So she and Simon were engaged. He got that divorce from Fallon. We ended up learning that Fallon was pregnant by Jalen child. Okay, and they got their own issues and stuff going on within themselves. Okay, but let me stay on Porsha now because that's who we're talking about. So Porsha and Simon ended up doing Porsha Family Matters. So that whole show went down. Then they jump on Dennis. I thought it was just like a mess. Like, Porsha, we think we watching the show to find out more about the dynamics of you and Simon, but you over there trying to convince people of other stuff. And it really was more so about your family than it was about the relationship. And it really seemed like it was given more so about Porsha and Dennis and whether y'all was gonna be together versus you and Simon. Now, how much y'all want to bet that Porsha and Simon, I'm not Porsha and Simon, but Porsha and Dennis gonna start back dating when they're on this show? I can see it. I can see it right now. While Porsha going through this divorce with Simon, if it don't happen this season, it'll happen next season. We're gonna start seeing Dennis coming around, bringing flowers and stuff, trying to act all sweet, this, that, with Miss Porsha, and Porsha gonna fall right back into that with Dennis, because it's gonna be familiar territory with her, and she got her child, and she gonna be thinking maybe she can have a happily ever after still, but with Dennis child. We gonna see. I don't know. I'm just telling y'all my thoughts. So then we fast forward to 2022, because obviously Porsha was going to continue to put this man in our face and make us believe that they are really a great couple, and believe half of what you hear when it came down to her dating him while he was with his wife. Believe half of what you hear. Okay, so they got married in November of 2022, from my understanding. I think they had two ceremonies. They had a Nigerian ceremony, and then they also had an American ceremony. All of this happened like the weekend of Thanksgiving. Okay, so then 2023, they seem all in love. They happy. She doing the best of photoshopping she can on the faces and stuff. Making him look more appealing and things to society, to us. And it's like, girl, he need to be appealing to you, because you the one that got to lay down and hump on that man. Okay, not us, girl. Do what you do over there. Don't bring it over here. But anywho, that's what was going on with Porsha and them. So then now fast forward, girl, she done made this announcement at the top of February that she's returning to Real Housewives. Now, they had been asking Porsha to come back to Real Housewives, but Porsha was like, no, she's not ready. She's just in a happy place. She's good. She don't think she's going to be returning. All of that. And from my understanding, people were saying that Porsha quit quite a few of her jobs just for her to be with Simon Guobadia. So we should have known that with her returning, and shout out to Rodney the Voice, baby, because he did say it, Porsha is only returning because she's going to get ready to leave that motherfucking Nika. Okay. And if that was not on point, it was on point and it was on time. All right. Because we should have known Porsha giving this opportunity to come back, talk about some damn Porsha Guobadia returning back to the show. We should have known something was up and she was going to get ready to divorce that man. Now, I know for a lot of people, y'all weren't surprised, right? And it is a situation of not surprised, but very surprised at the same time. I'm not surprised that they didn't last long, because I wasn't really expecting them to last very long, but I was very surprised that she filed for a divorce right before they started filming, especially when you come to us and say Porsha Guobadia is returning, but not Porsha Williams, when you all excited a week before, and it's giving Young Jeezy, baby. It's giving young Jeezy. Okay, because remember when Jeannie Mai was just on that page and she was promoting this man's book and saying all this wonderful stuff, and then a week later that man was filing for a divorce from your ass. Same thing with Porsha and Simon. She over there talking about being a ride or die and all this other stuff. Girl, I guess it's giving die because she finna ride the fuck out. In a relationship is dead. It's what it's given. Okay. She over there doing all that talking. Simon over there saying all this positive stuff about her, or just a week earlier, and then next thing you know, here we go with the divorce. Now I don't know what to believe, honestly. I'm like, okay, this might make me, like Porsha again, and she about to divorce this man. I'm kind of here for it. I'm here for the, the drama, the mess, whatever. I'm here for it. But at the same time, I'm like, Porsha, are you really divorcing him? Or is this a scheme that you are setting up to come to us with your storyline? Is that what it really is? And you not really gonna divorce this man? I'm hoping, because see, I also feel like Porsha is a person that does not mind looking like a fool, if that makes sense. Okay. Porsha don't mind necessarily looking like a fool. So when I say that, I'm saying I don't think she would stay married to him to save face if she ain't really happy, if she ain't trying to be there. So if it makes her look a fool to people like, you was with this man for 15 months, less than 20, less than 2 years, and now y'all already divorcing and you saw that lady man, whatever. I don't know if she really cares how we drag her. So if she not happy, she just gonna get the fuck out. So I mean, I don't know. I want to believe that it's real. But at the same time, I kind of don't, because I'm like, instead of us, I'm like, is this just a play on some things, Porsha? Because when you get on this show, the lady's going to come for you and be on some, girl, why you saw that lady husband, da, 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 da. And instead of them talking to you about taking the man, they're going to be talking to you now about this divorce. So now I'm questioning which one is which. Yeah, and I hope this is making sense. Like, is this genuine and Porsha really wants this divorce, or is she using this as a part of her storyline? And also with her storyline, is she wanting this to be the bigger part when it comes to her marriage, talking more so about the divorce of the marriage than discussing how she got into the damn marriage or into the relationship, is what I'm wondering. But I'm ready for the season to start. Go and get the filming and stuff, because I want to see if Porsha Williams going to be on her Ashley Darby, to where you over here got us believing that you getting this divorce, but really it's given storyline. Maybe Simon doesn't want to be on the show or something. I mean, hell, you could be married and not be on the show if your husband don't want to be on the show. Hey, Juan Dixon, how are you? He just now want to start filming, but I just have questions that need answers. Just a bit. I'm hoping that this is for real, because when we ask about, like, well, what's the reason for the divorce, a source close to Porsha says that it ain't got nothing to do with the fraud and the citizenship or anything. It's more so about an ongoing situation that they've had between each other. And I'm like, okay, so are we going to see what that ongoing situation is? Could the ongoing situation be that Simon wants kids and Porsha no longer does? What's the ongoing situation? Is he controlling, as Fallon has said he was in different interviews and stuff? I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. I'd be feeling like that's kind of what Porsha be wanting from her person. So I'm wondering, what exactly is this ongoing issue? So yeah, we're gonna have to, we just gonna have to wait and see. I mean, how you sitting over here talking about ride or die, then next thing you know, you down at the courthouse talking about some irretrievably broken. Like, we're never ever getting back together. Like, what's really good? Okay, so if y'all get this divorce in the United States, are you still gonna be married in Nigeria? How does that work? Girl, I am confusion. But we shall find out very, very soon. I think more details are definitely going to be rolling out. Now, Simon, I'm gonna tell you this, baby. If you do want to do you a little interview like Gordon Thornton, if you want to do you an interview with TMZ where it's a little blurry, okay, and don't make it blurry, okay, get you a clear camera when you come on camera to give your testimony or give your opinion about this divorce between you and Porsha. Has Porsha been cheating on you or anything like that, Simon? Like Miss Mea been over there doing to Gordon? Okay, Gordon was really distraught when he came down to the TMZ to get these people his thoughts. So I'm just letting you know it's okay with us. We are here for it. If you would like to give your piece with TMZ or somebody on social media, okay? So do what you need to do, and we're gonna be here to listen to it too. All right. Either way, honey. Good luck. Y'all let me know if y'all are excited. Y'all here for it. Y'all happy about Miss Porsha and Simon, being done with each other. And let me know if you think it's real, because bitch, I'm still in limbo. But either way, honey, good luck. All right, let's go ahead and move on, because I want to talk about Sherri Shepherd, y'all. Like, this story is crazy, crazy. Sherri Shepherd, all right, y'all know Sherri Shepherd has her show, the Sherri Shepherd Show, and she took over once Wendy Williams was released from her contract, or however they did it. Wendy was no longer a part of the show. They gave it to Sherri Shepherd. Okay, well, girl, what they're saying is that one of her top executives was found DEAD. Okay. And they said this happened after an investigation was like launched into him for like missing cash and I think unpaid studio rent. Meaning, when I hear studio rent, I'm thinking about the studio that Sherri films in. That's what I'm thinking about. Okay. You mishandling the business funds like that, girl, y'all have too much leeway. That you mishandling the business funds like that. So was you taking cash, or what the hell was you really doing? Was you writing checks to yourself or something like that? Girl, this is crazy. Girl, the man he done clapped himself out. From my understanding, he's took himself out of here. And this is just a very sad situation, because I'm wondering what's going to happen with Sherri Shepherd and her show. I'm wondering what is the status of them financially. Are they in debt or something like that? And then he decided up here and clapped himself out. I don't know why he didn't get with Legion and sit up there and create fake ass documents from Chase and other places to show that the money is there. It is here. Or create some receipts or something and show where the hell you was really spending that money. But anyway, I want to get into this article over here on page 6. So let's go ahead and talk about it, because the top executive, his name is Matt Uzzle. This is the guy that, left this world. All right. They said the executive in charge of Sherri Shepherd's daytime talk show was found unalived. Okay. On February 13th. Okay. The police would not comment further, as it is still an open investigation, but it appears that he died by his own hands. Okay, they're saying that Matt, whose primary job was to manage production and oversee the budget at Sherri's show, was under investigation at the show at the time of his death, baby. They're saying sources told us several departments had been complaining about issues with petty cash, and it was recently brought to the parent company, Delmar Mercury's, attention that rent at the show's Chelsea studio in New York City had not been paid since September. Girl, that's September, October, November, December, January, baby. February, that is 6 months of no rent. That's half a damn year. Baby, listen. All right. They said there was real concern among staff that the show was getting shut down. Delmar had to step in. Okay. A source familiar with the situation said another source told them that the show was not to be impacted, and that Delmar has continued production of the show. So the show is not going to get shut down. Jobs are continuing to be secured. However, okay, they have to find out what the hell this man was really doing with the money, and now there's going to be no help to him as he's decided to leave this world. Okay, now I don't know how much of an impact he had on like the finances, because the show may continue to go on for now. But if we have to find out about any new investors later, or that the show is, getting canceled soon or something like that, then we know that that man really did some damage financially over there at their studios. They said Matt, who Sherri inherited from the Wendy. Wait a minute, girl. So this man was working at the Wendy Williams show, then went on to help Sherri. Baby, is this why Kevin was over there suing y'all? Is this why Kevin was over there suing? Because see, when Kevin was over there running with Miss Wendy, I don't think they had any of these issues or none of these scandals when it came out that Kevin was out here cheating on Wendy or whatever the case was. When that story finally came out and Wendy, separated herself from him, made him leave the studio and stuff. I think that's when a lot of things started to decline for Wendy. And I hate to say it because, girl, I'm questioning now. Was Kevin always had your best interest? Because I may look at Kevin like he's just a horrible person. He's this, that, and the other. You cheat on your wife, whatever. But business wise, and I guess it would make sense that he did right by you business wise, because it also was profit for him. So if he messed up your money, then technically he messing up his too. So maybe Kevin wasn't as bad as a lot of us was out here thinking on that front. Now, I think you was bad to be sitting up there making all that money off Wendy back and then over there spending all that cash on the other woman. I think that's very messed up, but anyway, girl, interesting. So, Matt, was you pulling these stunts when Wendy was over there? I feel like you couldn't have been, because if you would have been, Kevin would have knew about it and he would have sat your ass down. They would have got you the hell up out of there. So I feel like you probably utilized the fact that Sherri's people didn't know SHI and you was able to get over. And who's to say you wasn't getting over on Wendy? Maybe you just was very careful with the stuff that you took. Maybe he wasn't taking as much, but I will never know. I mean, unless they're able to uncover a few things, but we'll never know from him. Was he doing this with Wendy? And just how bad it got with Sherri? That is crazy. They said he needed okay, so they're saying that Matt was inherited from the Wendy Williams show after Sherri replaced Williams on the daytime program. They said that he needed a couple of days to get his paperwork together after somebody confronted him to show the financial status. Okay, so he said, okay, yeah, I could get that for you. Give me a few days to get the paperwork for you. The fact that he is no longer here has me thinking and believing that he must have took a hell of a lot of money. They said sources told police to perform a welfare check after nobody heard from him, and that's when they ended up finding him lifeless. Okay. They're saying a rep for dead Mark Mercury did not reveal details about his death or the personal issues, but they did say that they have returned a law firm to help investigate the matter, and pending the outcome of the investigation, they'll know further. Okay, so they'll find out, at a later time what's really going on, child. This is horrible. This is horrible. So it looked like they still did something for him, saying in memory of Matt on her show. But that is horrible. Ooh, Sherri. Girl. I didn't even know you could do all of that. I didn't even know you could be in charge of nobody's money at no studio and finesse like that and not pay the studio rent and all of that. So was you not paying the studio rent because you was paying your rent? I know he ain't here to answer the questions, but damn. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts about this situation. Let me go ahead and slide over because I do want to get into Wendy Williams and what she has going on. Okay. Now, y'all know Wendy Williams has this documentary that's supposed to come out, and I'm excited about it because I love some documentaries and stuff. I am a bit concerned about it showing her state. I don't know how I'm going to be emotionally about that. Like, I don't want to see her, deteriorating right before my eyes, but we'll have to wait and see how it's going to play out. That I know a clip has been surfacing around where Black China was having a conversation with her, and it seems like Wendy was listening to her, but not really. And she just said, well, my real name is Wendy Hunter. And I'm like, huh? That came so left field, but I don't know what the conversation was before Black China started talking. And she was just saying, my husband is broke or whatever, and all of that. They talked about the different issues that she has. I think she has dementia, and she has something else that's going on with her at this time. So we're going to get into a lot of what Wendy has been up to and why we haven't been hearing from her, why she's been so absent and things. And, it's concerning. Wendy has been dealing with a lot since she's not been on this show. I feel like right before her show was canceled, she fainted when she had that Statue of Liberty Halloween outfit on. She fainted, and then the next year just seems like things were downhill for her ever since, especially once the announcement came out about Kevin cheating and the baby and how long he's been with Sharina and all of that. So it's just been downhill for Wendy ever since her money being locked up, tied up. I don't think nobody should be tying up nobody's fucking money like that. Like, I don't like, if you work so hard and you're older, like, let them folks spend their money how they want to. Like, why is y'all over there locking up her money and then not even giving nobody else access to her? Like, and I get it for protection purposes, but could she at least choose her own attorney? Like, the court appointed her an attorney who also gets paid, from my understanding, just to manage her estate, I guess, or manage her accounts and stuff. And Wendy don't know that damn lady. Why y'all got that lady in charge of her stuff? I mean, it's sad that you can go to court and be put under a conservatorship. Like, it's crazy how a court can decide who has control over you. Some people may need it and some may not. And I guess they just felt like Wendy did. Like, it didn't make sense. So this documentary is coming out. And then, but then it also kind of helped Wendy, I feel, because it with Kevin cheating on her and having this baby on her, and she was supposed to give him spousal support. It is kind of that's what you get. She can't even get her money, her son can't get her money to give you no money, and you ain't got no money, so now everything in your life is starting to crumble, and that's what you get. So I mean, it did kind of help her on that front, but anywho, with this documentary coming out, the attorney that they appointed for Wendy, that attorney has tried to stop the documentary from coming out, because they're saying, and I want to get into what they're saying over here on CNN. They're saying that the court assigned guardian for Wendy Williams failed in her attempt to prevent a revealing documentary about the former talk show host from airing on Lifetime this weekend. It's supposed to air tonight. So I'm really glad that it's still going to air, thank God, because this lady filed this thing on Thursday. And I'm like, girl, you had all month, because they let us know earlier this month that the damn documentary was coming. Maybe because you had no involvement, you didn't know nothing about it, you didn't know what she really was going to get into. And now that you're seeing more of what's being revealed and what's going to be discussed, now you want to, file it in the hopes of getting some shit to stop. And I'm so glad that the courts have said, nope. So they say Lifetime appeared in court today, and the documentary Where is Wendy Williams will air this weekend as planned. You try to get some shit stopped, and no, let Wendy tell her truth. Let Wendy come out and tell us what the hell is really going on. They said it's a 4-part docuseries, and I am so here for it. So I guess we're going to get 2 episodes tonight and then 2 episodes tomorrow. They said that Where is Wendy provides a painfully candid depiction of Wendy's life as she struggles with health issues and alcohol abuse. It is executive produced by Wendy Williams herself and includes on-camera participation from her family. I believe her niece is going to be a part of it. Maybe her sister. I know her son is. Her niece was on a daytime show, kind of like discussing what was going on with Wendy and stuff like that, and how the family didn't know a lot. Like, they were kind of like shut out, so they didn't know a lot of what Wendy Williams was dealing with. While her brother had his ass out here doing all them interviews and stuff all over the damn place, trying to get clout or whatever the hell it was he was getting while he was over here doing all them interviews. But anywho, I wonder if he's going to be a part of it. But they're saying Williams was diagnosed with aphasia and dementia in 2023. The condition can impair cognitive function, communication, and speech in impacted individuals. So Miss Wendy Williams has a lot going on. Let's see, they said through her care team, though her care team did not respond to CNN's request for comment regarding the documentary or the lawsuit filed by Williams' guardian, a representative of the care team issued a statement on behalf of Williams on Friday afternoon. They said, I want to say I have immense gratitude for the love and kind words I have received after sharing my diagnosis of aphasia and frontotemporal dementia. Let me say, wow, your response has been overwhelming. I continue to need personal space and peace to thrive. Please just know that your positivity and encouragement are deeply appreciated. So is this care team a team that she appointed? Is this a care team that she chose, or was it one that was appointed to her? Talking about, I continue to need personal space and peace to thrive. That don't make no damn sense to me. I'm just hoping this is really a statement from Wendy. I don't know. But I'm kind of like, I continue to need personal space. You need personal space, but you about to release a documentary? Yeah, that got to be from the care team. I don't know about that one, y'all. I don't know about that one right there. Let me see. Let me switch over and see what US Today has to say. A New York judge has ruled that Lifetime may go forward with releasing this documentary about former television host Wendy Williams, despite a lawsuit filed against A&E Television Networks in an attempt to halt its premiere. Okay, Williams' temporary guardian Sabrina Morrissey filed a lawsuit under seal against the network in New York County. Okay. The case says Morrissey is acting in her capacity as temporary guardian of Wendy Williams Hunter. They said the 59-year-old legal name. The lawsuit also names Entertainment One Reality Productions, the documentary's producer, as a defendant. Let's see. The Friday order signed by an appellate judge who was reviewing a petition to block the documentary's release says such a ruling would be an impermissible prior restraint on speech that violates the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. So to not allow this to come out would violate Wendy's First Amendment right. So the ruling clears Lifetime's 2-night broadcast plan for Where is Wendy, which includes footage of the former talk show host and interviews. So we will be moving forward and it will be airing as planned. All right. Girl, I don't trust this Wendy's care team, y'all, because that didn't really sound like, why would you say you need privacy? I need privacy. Let me see, because they have more quotes from this care team saying, let me say, wow, your responses have been overwhelming. The message shared with me have touched me, reminding me of the power and unity and the need for compassion. I hope that the others with FTD may benefit from my story. I want to also thank the Association of FTD for their kind words of support and their extraordinary efforts to raise awareness. I continue to need my personal space and peace to thrive. Girl, get the fuck. I don't know about this. I don't know, y'all. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. She don't need space and peace if she releasing this documentary and she ain't got access to her money. Something I have no money. Williams says, I'm going to tell you something. If it happens to me, it can happen to you. So let's get into this other post that was made over here by Miami Entertainment Law Group. This attorney posted a video of Wendy over here, and Wendy looked very healthy in comparison to how we've seen her on these different TMZ cameras, right? Now remember, Wendy was over there living, before we get into that, Wendy was over there living in that hotel, not that hotel, but that condo building. And remember, she left that condo building, and I think she may have went down to Florida or wherever she went to live with her family. Now, I think, in my opinion, that Wendy was up north around a lot of people that weren't her people. So therefore, they wasn't really looking after her how they should. Now, when we get to her being around family in Florida, which is my assumption of where she is, okay, Wendy looked like she done put on some weight and she looks a little healthier. I don't know what her legs and things look like. I'm not saying that the aphasia and the dementia isn't there. I don't know. But she looks different just off of this one picture right here in the pink alone. This one photo in the bed. So let's get into, what this conversation is over here.
Like the company I keep there. And I do what I can. I do what I can.
I see you looking real healthy.
Please, Kevin, please.
Yeah. But you also like how it's really private, because I know you like gyms if they're private, of course.
Yeah, I like it. And I also like food, which is why I've got to keep on my routines with going to the gym,
Yeah. And like, how have you been eating? Like, because everyone looks at you, you have beautiful skin. Like, people want to know what's the secret.
Thank you. I'm not giving you points for saying that to me. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, I'm trying.
No, but it's I was born and I like the company I keep there, and I do what I can. I do what I can.
So y'all see Wendy. Wendy looks like she's in good spirits right here. She looks healthier. So let me get into this, because this post was made like 11 hours ago. So it says, I weighed this decision for a very long time. I have kept silent because I have been threatened with physical and financial harm, but I just couldn't keep silent any longer. While Wendy was in Miami with her son, I would often witness candid moments of their mother and son dynamic. I could tell that he loves his mother so much. And as you can see, the feeling was mutual. You can clearly see the difference between Wendy's well-being during her time here in Florida with her son caring for her, and her lack thereof in New York under this quote unquote guardianship. Okay, because I was wondering, like, how old is this video of Wendy? Because right here she looks pretty healthy in comparison to the stuff that we've seen on TMZ. So it seems like she may not have been under the care of her son in some time now, and she's still under this guardianship. But let's keep going. They're saying these Wendy's are not the same. How did her health deteriorate so quickly? And why isn't her only child allowed to be by her side? Like, that is a problem to me. That is a problem that this baby can't even be around his fucking mama. Like, I just hate that other people are in control and in charge of her. I hate that. They go on to say she wasn't like that when he cared for him. Ask the hard questions. Okay, see, so what I was going to say was I kind of blame Kevin. I feel like, y'all, Wendy been knew about Sharina for many years and about knew that lady was pregnant and had a baby. And had none of that came out to the public, I don't know who was responsible for leaking it to the public. They would have still been out here saving face like everything is all good or whatever. I think Sharina could have been applying pressure for him to leave. Once that ended up happening, the baby happened, all this and that, she had to get rid of him. Everything started to go downhill because although he was a dog at NIGGA, I don't think her mental and her health was as bad now as it was then. And she might still be in better spirits. I hate to say it, if they was to continue to fake it till they made it. It's just, I don't know, it's just crazy. Let's keep going though. All right. So yeah, they said I took this video literally 2 weeks before Wendy was court ordered to return to New York to respond to a guardianship petition filed by her bank. Let that sink in. So wait, I took this video literally 2 weeks before Wendy was court ordered to return to New York to respond to a guardianship petition filed by her bank. A guardianship petition. So what does that mean? Does that mean the bank won't send the necessary funds to take care of her housing and stuff unless she returned to New York or something? Like, what does that mean? I'm gonna have to look that up. Let that sink in. I'm gonna let it sink in, and I'm gonna have to look that up to see what it really means. She says, my mother passed away October 1st, 2022 from complications related to her ALS diagnosis. And I feel so blessed and grateful that I was able to spend every second that I could with her before she left this earth. If Wendy's diagnosis is true, now more than ever, her son should be allowed that same grace. He deserves it. And most importantly, Wendy deserves it. Hashtag Wendy Williams. Baby, listen, when this thing drops, I hope and pray that when this documentary drops, it exposes so much more about what's going on, and it causes the public to raise questions and to apply pressure to whoever they need to apply pressure to find out what the hell really going on with Wendy. And she ain't never lied when she said, if it happens to me, it can happen to you. It sure the hell can. It happened to a piece of Britney Spears. And I feel like if the people wasn't over there so vocal and on, exposing situations and things, she would have never gained back a piece of the control that she does have over herself. So I'm glad Wendy is doing this 2-part documentary. I am going to be tuned the hell in on both the nights. I hope that a lot is put out there, and I hope people are called to the carpet to clear up the matters at hand when it comes to Miss Wendy Williams. But that's all that I got at this time. Just wanted to come and chit chat with you guys real quick. I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment. Let me know your thoughts about all that we talked about, especially Wendy Williams. Let me know your thoughts about Sherri Shepherd and this top executive that's been stealing from the studio and then decided to remove himself from this earth. Let me know your thoughts about Porsha and this divorce with Simon, Marlo and Sanya not returning, Funky Dineva getting read the hell down by Tameka Foster. And let me know if you saw Mea Copa and what you really think about the situation. Okay, I'm Jamie, that's me, honey. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Y'all know where to find me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie, that's me. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.
king of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda, we hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer, we come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross I'm out and came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but you run no gunner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my back.